Oh, good morning, and it's I think day 14 on the Pennine Way, and I happened to be walking with these reprobates this morning. Hello.
Hello.
Jay, Dave, and
Nat.
Nat. Thank you. Sorry, I am absolutely. I struggle to remember my own name. Anyway. Yeah. So just left Dufton Hostel, which is fantastic, I've got to say. Best hostel I've stayed at since yesterday. A brilliant breakfast, got to say. So we're heading up onto the hill today, up towards Greg's hut, which may or may not be finished being renovated. Hopefully it is. Weather forecast for today is could be a bit wet, so it's going to be a suck it and see until we get out on the hill. But short day, 9 or so miles, maybe 10. But the downside is it's about 3,000 feet of ascent today, so I think slow and steady wins the day. And since we started, my feet have stopped hurting, which is a bonus. Anyhow, I'll catch you a bit later on. And, got a lot to say for yourself. Yeah. Started climbing a bit up this sunken lane. It must be an old drove route, but it's quite unusual on this route now that it's lined with hawthorn. It looks as if it may even have been a hedge or planted as hedges either side, and it's just something not really seen. It's all been stone walls since leaving Edale, really. So just another mark in the landscape of the change as we're heading north. This is lovely. It's a little bit of a climb out before we start the climb proper. Again, this is just a lovely start to the walk. Been quite a gentle climb up this old track. It's been lined with hawthorn, ash. Not quite sure what these are, if they're willows. Willows or hazel. Birch maybe, I'm not sure. I think they're really old birch. That's got to have some age in it. The cloud is well down at the moment, and we are going to be heading up into that, unfortunately, and I don't think there's any prospect of it lifting today, so
went one evening from Garston, which is about 50. Well, we live very close to Garston. So, yeah, let me go. I want the price, you know. Can't confirm.
oh boy. Give us a smile, go on.
Oh.
Happy people.
Happy.
Loving the trail.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah.
We're not far off the cloud base as well here. It's a pity because a clear day, even here, be able to see right into the lakes. You can just make out the eastern edge of them. We'll get a bit, but you can see we've maybe only got a couple of 100 metres and we'll be in cloud. So enjoy it while it lasts.
Fantastic idea.
Yeah, oh, it's made a huge difference.
Oh, yeah.
Makes route finding a damn sight easier as well.
Yeah, yeah, you feel a bit comforted when
Yeah.
you get onto one of these paths. Yeah, it's a good idea. Especially through the boggy area.
This is where I would love a bottle of Lucozade. So we should have hijacked that quad bike. That's been a pretty short but steep climb just up that slope there. Nearly in the cloud now as well. Not a bad view, but lakes are totally obscured now. Downside is we're still going up. You can just see the others in the distance there. They're up and running, but I think that's the worst of the climb. And we're into the mist. So it's probably going to be like this for the rest of the day, I expect. And it's suddenly got a lot cooler as well. Oh my giddy aunt. We made it to the top, and as you can see, we have a fantastic 360-degree vista of white. So we've got a little bit of climbing ups and downs to Crossfell, but that's the majority of our climbing done, thankfully. Should be able to see the lakes from here, should be able to see into Dumfries and Galloway, but we're lucky if we can see 50 metres at the moment. So, I think the next hill has a radar station on it, so we've got a couple of hills to go over before we get to Crossfell. We've maybe done about 4.5–5 miles, something like that, so to Greg's hut shouldn't be much more than 5 miles from here. This is the full Pennine Way experience. This is a bit wild up here. Got another 2 hills to go, but it's blowing a gale, chucking it down. Oh, we can barely see a thing. I don't know if you can see the others behind me. I'll swing it round. There. Visibility is dire. Yeah. Splish, splash, splosh.
This is a road. It just comes from Dufton. This is the nothing at all.
Weather really pretty grim up here. We've just crossed Great Dunfell, heading on to Little Dunfell, I think it is. Pretty hefty winds, maybe 20 miles an hour plus at the moment, and the temperature's dropped as well. But we just went past the radar station on top of the Great Dunfell, maybe just 20–30 metres away from it, could barely see it. So, whoa. Yeah. Yeah, so Crossfell could be interesting once we get up there, but as you can see, the visibility is right down, maybe 50 metres max. Three peaks down. Got one more to go. Crossfell, which will be a bit more like very angry fell today. But this is the top of Little Dunfell. There we go. Two very happy people. So, is everyone having fun?
Oh, I'm loving it. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Living the dream. If you see a yellow mist, don't worry. We will.
Yeah.
Especially if it's coming this way.
That is pretty insane. Oh. Well, we've had a bit of a change of plan for today. Where another walker came past us earlier, said that the workers were still in Greg's hut, and the weather being what it is, you can see it's still a white out here. Wind was gusting maybe 30-40 miles an hour up there, and we hadn't got onto Crossfell, so we've picked up a bridle way just below Crossfell, which sort of bypasses Greg's hut, so we're going to push on to Garrigill and hopefully get a pitch at the campsite down there tonight. So extends my day by quite a way, but makes tomorrow about 3.5 miles into Alston, which I'm not going to complain about. I could have done with a rest day, so that will be an absolute rest day, which will be good. Maybe find a nice pub to camp in tomorrow. But the only downside about this bridle way is there's not much of a track, so we're just going to have to trust we're on it. I should pick up a better track further down, I hope, but it's downhill all the way for us now into Garrigill, and I think everybody's a bit happier than they were 15 minutes ago. Give us a smile.
You can't believe
I feel better
You
now.
can't believe how much better it is.
Yeah, I know there's virtually no wind here, it's
We've
great.
got to make sure that we're not losing the track, because we have just come on this track after obviously first out of the box. Speaking of precious things, we're literally on the track. I think this is just a bit. There's like all sorts of crazy, amazing purple stones on the ground. So we're all getting in this lead. We're getting quite excited.
Look at the size of this one.
Well, that was an adventure. We're
Right.
back on the Pennine Way after an interesting walk across the moor and some semi-precious,
Probably harder than going over.
yeah,
There now.
some semi-precious stone finding and some lead and lots of very purple interesting stone. And it started raining again, which is great. That's,
We lifted, didn't we?
okay. So I think possibly about 4.5–5 miles down into Garrigill, possibly less actually. I'd like it to be less, but it's pretty much downhill all the way now. And as you can see, the view's not improved a great deal. that has been a day walked quite a bit further than intended, maybe about, I don't know, 5-6 miles. I've finally made it down into Garrigill. Just need to find the campsite, which is here, and then the pub. I hope.
Yeah, more important.
Yeah. But rain is back on now as we got into the village. But what a day. That's been a bit of a brutal one weather-wise. But we're here now, so it's going to be a rest day tomorrow pretty much. But I might be sleeping under a bush somewhere.